the stinger for the end of the season, Virgil transforms from Nello Angelo into his normal form. So that tells us one thing, that he's working for Mundus willingly and not held captive like he is in the game. And then he says, there's a storm coming. There's a storm approaching. I am that storm. And then he saves the demon refugees. And it's like, wow, so he really is the anti-hero Adi Shankar said he was. Fuck that guy.
So Virgil became Shadow? Like quite literally Shadow the Hedgehog?
Shadow.
But blue.
Makes sense.
Well, I don't know much about Shadow.
Did bury the light? Okay, wait. So when Virgil actually says verbatim, I am the storm, did Bury the Light start playing or no?
Yeah, some like...
Oh my god, that's...
I don't want to say lame because like it's not bad, but the cover for Bury the Light is not the best compared to the original.
I had to look up Nello Angelo, and it's just for...
Yeah, so Nello Angelo is a boss in Devil May Cry 1. He's a reoccurring boss.
Mundus recreated Virgil
3 times
as Nello Angelo, removing his human heart, will, and ego. He gave him mushrooms? That's cool.
One of the other bosses in the show is from Devil May Cry 5. It's like Nello whatever. And it's like, oh, these are Mundus's experiments in trying to recreate Sparta. Because Sparta was his right-hand man and stuff. And when Virgil got trapped in hell at the end of DMC 3, he got defeated by Mundus. And instead of getting killed, he got mind-controlled and became a puppet for Mundus, essentially. And if you read the Visions of V manga, which is this... I don't want to say a prequel, but it gives us a different perspective of the events of 5. We get like PTSD flashbacks of Virgil turning into Nello Angelo and stuff.
The thing that throws the whole thing off for Devil May Cry 5 is the special edition, because in the special edition you can play as Virgil, and Virgil has like his own cutscenes and shit like that. Virgil's technically in the game, but he's not in the game.
Well, there's only a few cutscenes in the beginning that actually happen, but yeah, the rest is just like you're just playing the missions, just like in DMC4 special edition.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only part that I remember happening, for at least from the time that I played, was like the very beginning when Nero was in the shop, and Virgil just comes right the fuck in there, rips his arms off, rips his one arm off, and then leaves. I really liked the character design for Nero in Devil May Cry 4. Fuck it, dude. I went there, bro. I really liked it.
No, I liked it too. It's fucking awesome, dude.
His name is Nero Angelo, which in English is Black Angel.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, Nero's awesome.
Yeah.
I am the storm that is approaching.
Yeah, the funniest thing in 5 is like, Nero's my son. Well, that was a long time ago. And it's like, what the fuck? You hate people. Like, who did you fuck?
You don't even have to see. You don't even have to say anything more. I can feel the tips fedora just happening as Virgil's like, yeah, I fuck.
Lady.
You're just reading my whole fucking vibe
Which
right
is
now.
weird because Dante's the one who put on the hat.
He does put on the hat.
Yeah.
But in DMC Devil May Cry, the edgy reboot from Ninja Theory, Virgil's wearing a fedora most of the time. And people hated it so much, Gerry, that when they did the special edition for that game, they removed the fedora completely.
Oh my. They should have just left it in.
Dude, that DMC was so wild.
It's a good game, man.
I remember playing. I think like the best part about that game was right before the end, one of the bosses that you have to fight is like some like technological demon, and like they like do that whole thing during the... I don't know if it was the actual boss fight or if it was the level that led up to it, but he like traps you in his like little techno world or whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, the Fox News boss. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was so good. It's a level that leads into the boss fight. Yeah, it's really fucking cool because there's parts of the fight where you're fighting ads, and then the camera angle cuts, and people are watching on the big screens because it's being reported live. The combat is still going, so you're playing while they're watching it as if it's on the news channel. So it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, as much shit as the reboot gets, there's a lot of cool ideas in there, man.
I kind of think that they should bring it back. It's just one of those things where it just kind of it grows on you if you gave it a chance. But then again, there are some things about it that you're just still kind of like, Like, I don't really like the whole, like, I think it was kind of like a Jack and Daxter thing, if I remember correctly. You can, like, kind of go into light mode or you can go into devil mode. Like, because they were angelic weapons.
So instead of being half human, Dante's half demon, half angel, so he's a Nephilim. all the weapons you collect, it's either going to be demon or angel weapons. It would have been cool if they kept their idea. There's like some concept art for it around where Dante was going to get, since he has a devil trigger, he was also going to get an angel trigger towards the end of the game. That would have been pretty cool.
I would have probably looked...
No, he probably looked like...
it actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I imagine he looked like Angel Jin from Tekken.
Like a Saint Seiya character.
Yeah.
Seiya! Don't even get me fucking started on Saint Seiya, bro.
Anywho, guys, I have some sad news. So when this episode drops, it would have already been released, but there is the Ben 10 Complete Series Collection dropping. It's advertised as Ben 10, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse. And months leading up to the release date, everyone's like, we don't know if this is even real. Like, the info's weird. It doesn't, like, the people, like, that are selling it, it's not, like, is it official? We can't tell. And then I was like, I don't know. It's like $100. Am I willing to spend $100 on something that could be like a Temu product or something? And the people got some review copies, and it's like, oh shit, it is real. Like, oh wow. And like they're opening it up, all the DVDs are in there. It's like, oh shit. Like, okay. But one of the people today, as of this recording, was looking at the review copy and like the printout that they sent for all the info. It still is missing about half of Omniverse, because that half has never been released on DVD before. And people are thinking, maybe it'll be on with this. No. The answer is no. So that sucks.
So they released an incomplete set.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Me being the person I am, I almost have all of Ben 10 already, so I will not be purchasing this. And that's okay.
I remember Ben 10,000. That nigga was baller. And dark skin for some reason.
Ben Chet.
No, that
Oh,
was...
no, his son was...
Yeah, Ken
That was
10
his son,
is...
right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's the tan one because they don't confirm it, I think, until Omniverse. Well, confirmed in quotations. But like we never knew who Ken's mom was, and it's, you know, him being tan, everyone's like, well, obviously it's got to be the Native American chick that he had a crush on during the whole Ben Wolf arc. And then in Omniverse, I think we see like that they're together or something when he's 10, 15, or Ben 15K or whatever. The funniest thing too is that I've been iffy on like pre-ordering it until I saw the physical version, because it's on Amazon, so scrolling through the images, and it's like, okay, first of all, someone pointed out on the DVDs that are shown on the images, one of them has Vilgax on it for, I think it's Secret of the Omnitrix, and then you look and it's like, oh, but that's the reboot of Vilgax. They're using that arc. That's weird. And then they did the same thing. They put wrong aliens in spots, which they did fix. But then in the back, where they show aliens, there is, I think it's Diamond Head or Four Arms, but it's also from the reboot where the reboot introduces this, was it the Omni kit, where the aliens can get armor based off the Omnitrix. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. That stayed the entire time, and it's like, that's just weird.
How hard is it just to get all of one series into one fucking pack?
Pretty hard, apparently, because I own the Danny Phantom DVD collection, and I remember I was watching, everything was great until the final season. That's when it fell apart, because all the discs, the episodes are out of order, so that really sucked. And then I find out there's missing episodes for the final season.
Like, why even put something like that out if you're gonna like skip stuff? People buy packs just to own the whole collection, not just like skip one episode or something like that. And I'm pretty sure those were pretty important to the story too, the ones that weren't on there.
Dude, the one I was watching, I was like, wait a minute, where is, like, we should have seen the episode where Danny and Valerie get trapped in the ghost zone and they're on Skulker Island, and it's like, that was a fucking great episode, and it's not on the DVD set.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Anyways, let's talk about something else, man. I got a big one here for Gerry.
What do we got? Lay it on me.
I've been doing stuff. Been getting back into games and all that. I didn't play it, but I watched the stream, and I'm currently reading the novel adaptation. But I did finish Metal Gear Solid 1.
That's... All right, hold on. I'm an adult. I got use words. Use words. So you didn't play it. You watched Let's Play.
I watched Pat play it, yeah.
You watched Pat. All right, best. Good. Oh, yeah, you told me. You said you were... during that fucking scene where like they're on the Metal Gear, he just cuts it and says like, you know, Big Chungus.
Yeah.
Chungus.
Yeah.
Who wrote the novel? I think I know what you're talking about.
His name is... It's Raymond... I think it's like Raymond Benson or something.
Yeah, Benson, you're right.
Am I
Yes, yes. I also read this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty one for the game, though, isn't it?
I'll say this. I'm about 40% in the book. Snake just finished talking to Otacon.
After Cyborg Ninja?
Yeah, after Gray Fox, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I'm at that part, and as far as like the conversations on the Codex and some events that happen, it is pretty one-to-one. But for some reason, the copy I have is just... There's so many misspellings and grammatical errors.
What the fuck,
I'm just,
for real?
Yeah, I'm like, it might just be the copy I found, but God, man, it's like, I'll read a word and I'm like, why do they spell that wrong? Like, why is the middle of this word capitalized? Just weird shit like that.
That's not, honestly, that sounds like something Kojima would do. It would be a thing, but I'm pretty sure you're talking about like they capitalize the N in and or something.
It was like some word, and then like the third letter was capitalized for no reason.
Can you find?
It was weird.
You know what the word is?
No,
Might
I
be
didn't. I
important.
didn't save it.
Is it Foxhound?
No. It's just some random word. So far, it's fine. I did notice a couple things where I'm like, I don't think this is how like Solid Snake would not act like this. And then after surfing the webs and Reddit, like people have a general idea of like, yeah, Raymond just. I don't think he played the game, or he had a hard time trying to figure out how to write Snake. So he just tried to make him like a cool, quick-witted
Bond type character.
Yeah. Yeah, like one of the lines I read in the book where I'm like, oh yeah, I know this is going to keep popping up. It was he just knocked out like two soldiers that were talking, and then the last sentence in the paragraph. Yeah, he's like, well, it says the cracking sound on the concrete floor meant that their conversation was over. It's like, I'm like, why are we writing it like this? I didn't get to it yet, but I do know there is a part where Snake will say Merry Christmas to somebody.
Merry Christmas or see you in hell. Oh, actually, he says both. No, you're right. You're right. He says both. Yeah, like literally one after the other. It's great. Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, it's probably like one of the last parts of the book.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I will say too, the book is meant to be for fans that finish the game.
Yes.
Because right off the bat in the beginning, like the prologue chapter kind of like ruins Liquid and Solid's like moment on top of the Metal Gear. Well, that sucks. And then like the twist and stuff at the end is like kind of like introduced there. It's like, bro, that sucks.
Well, what's the beginning? What's the prologue? Like the events that led up to Shadow Moses?
It's some scientists talking, and they're basically talking about genes and all that. Like the whole thing that Liquid Snake had, like his idea of how gene therapy and all that worked. It's like they kind of they just proved it in the prologue, and it's like, oh, but like we're not supposed to get that reveal until after the whole speech and all that, you know. So I believe they mentioned Solidus as well in that prologue chapter too, which was kind of crazy.
Now that confirmed it. Those scientists that were talking in the beginning were, I think, a part of the Les Enfants Terribles project.
Yes. Yeah. It was a flashback.
Yeah, they just got cloned, I guess, after that point. That's what it sounds like. Because if they're already mentioning Solidus, like, I think, I don't know, like, the order of which these people came, but, like, the three came in. But, you know, Solidus being old as shit, I'm pretty sure he came first.
Well, I don't know, because the way the book explains it is, I think it's Hammond that goes and is talking to the scientist in the flashback. And they're talking about the woman who's pregnant with Liquid and Solid.
Eva.
Yeah, Eva, and they just aborted the 6 other fetuses. And then it's like, oh, we still have leftover cells from Big Boss. Like, we could probably do something with that. And so that, I think that was alluding to them making Solidus. Which, did you know, Oscar, Solidus is basically another word for gas?
Yeah, it's the state between gas and solid, right?
Liquid and solid, yeah. Do you know what that means? Because liquid and solid are on 2 different sides of the genes, and then Solidus is the balance.
It's the line on a phase diagram marking the point where a substance is entirely solid.
So Kojima and Oda, they're basically like the same person at this point.
How much do you know about Solidus? Because that's a character right there.
All I know is the fact that the game had a post-credit scene. That was pretty crazy.
Like the real life the real life footage where Snake just talks about Gene, or no, that's 2.
No, it's after the credits in MGS1. There is, I believe, a codex conversation happening.
Oh yeah, with Mr. President, I think.
Yeah,
or director. One
with
of
the
two.
director, yeah, and then
Yeah.
like you get the reveal of Solidus. It's like, wow, that's. I was like, dang, for a PS1 game to have a
Bro.
post-credit scene, like fucking Kojima loves movies, dude.
Dude, and the fucking fact, there's a fucking sequel and a trequel.
Trequel.
Well, that's a prequel, man. Kojima's been cooking, dude. Like Police Knot, like I feel
yeah.
like Police Knot's days. He's like, I got something big coming, guys. Solidus is also a fucking. Are you gonna read the second one? You should.
I'm reading the first one just because, like, watching Pat play MGS1, like, it was in, like, a lot of parts, like, every, like, few days or whatever. So I'm just mainly reading it to, you know, just to freshen up on MGS1 again in case I miss some stuff.
Okay.
And also, it's a short book, so
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
I'll just get through it. But then after that, I'm going to, go into MGS2.
I think he only made 2 books. No, oh, he only wrote.
Raymond
first 2.
did, yeah. He did. People said MGS2 is a better book.
I think they say that just because like.
It's MGS2.
Yeah, and the story is like much more fleshed out, and yeah, like it's MGS2, which means like, oh, Kojima's telling the future. What a goat! Talking about memes and what the fuck is it called? Information overload in the 21st century about like fake news versus real news, and it's gonna be literally impossible to differentiate. Motherfuckers got AIs in the game. That book is gonna be crazy, dude. If you're gonna watch, did Pat play 2?
He went through the whole collection.
That's right. That's my goat. He yeah, dude. If you watch that, be prepared for these. I'm so glad you're watching it, dude, because now I can fucking finally talk to somebody about this shit, dude. 2 was way ahead of its time. There's so much stuff you can do in 2 that like is just the stupidest shit. I follow this page or this Twitch account called Outer Heaven. They just play nothing but the Metal Gear games. These guys have played it so much that they're literally breaking the game and shit. Fuck, I can't. It's been a while since I saw them, but I can't really give an example. But they know like literally all the ins and outs. How many tranquilizer rounds takes to take down this boss? How many bullets does the Hind take? Where the fuck is the Kasatka gonna be? These guys are crazy. Like they've played so much. Like they know when everything is gonna happen. They know what the timing is. What's crazy. And because of that, they're allowed to shit on it. Then they shit on it a lot. They shit on the Metal Gear series a lot. But that just comes with being the fan, I guess. I'm not going to get into it, but there's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff with Kojima and Konami that like they say ruined the series. Well, obviously, right? But like before the obvious, Metal Gear Solid 3, I think it was 3. Kojima didn't want to make that one, but
Really?
Konami or Sony wanted to like, or he wanted to make it like kind of different instead of like a Bond type movie game, because that's what it felt like. Like it's
okay.
espionage, right? And you're pretty much Bond. You meet the girl Eva. You're probably not gonna remember this, but she ends up triple crossing you like at the very end of the game, just like fucking Bond. He gets the girl, but then he doesn't because she leaves because she pretty much used him to get something, and then you see Big Boss all alone in his room smoking a cigar, listening to her recording, and he's just like. You guys know the Platters? That song Only You? Like imagine that shit playing in the background and he's just like, fuck, she got me. I like the fact that like Metal Gear Solid 2 is written out. I can kind of do without the third one, but if there is like a novel retelling or telling the Metal Gear Solid 3 story again, I'd read it. I would honestly read it. 3 is it's still stealth espionage, but there's technically it's like in the timeline that's the very first thing that ever happened in the Metal Gear series, where just United States government sent Snake to Russia to kill a defectee, which was like a top soldier, which was also his mentor. So, yeah, 3's great. I can't wait till you watch 3, because behind the scenes drama or not, I fucking loved 3, dude. I loved it so much. I played it so many times, dude, to the point where I wasn't as good as these guys on Twitch, but like I knew most of where all the items were, where the end is gonna be in all of his spots when you're in the boss fight. Oh yeah, like okay, so in Metal Gear Solid 2, there's a lot of like neat little stuff that you could do. Like as an example, it's not in the same game, but it's in 3. it's like something like it's like stuff like this where like there's a point in the game where you see the boss, right, and you can move around, you can take out your gun while he's still in the shot, and you can kill him like right there, so you don't have to fight him later. But instead, like you fight an elite group of soldiers that are all snipers instead of him, and you can do that. You can also like change the system clock while you're in the boss fight, and then he just ends up dying of age, so you win. It's like cool little stuff like that, you know. I will say in Metal Gear Solid 2 though, you get peed on, and I thought that was crazy. I think it was pretty great though.
Oh, Kojima.
It's awesome. Oh, then my bad. Then all the posters of the fucking models everywhere, dude. I hope you like that because there's gonna be more of that. A lot more.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, goated franchise. Rest in peace.
Yeah. So there is a book for Snake Eater. However, it's Japanese only, and no one's fully translated it yet. There is the book for Guns of the Patriots, though, MGS4.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a good one, too, actually. The story, you don't have to watch cutscenes. That's a good read. That's going to be quicker than the game.
Well,
itself,
isn't 4, like, mostly cutscenes?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, MGS1 was pretty cool. Like, looking back, I was thinking, like, yeah, this is a PS1 game, and look at all these freaking, like, how much cutscene material there is. Like, that's kind of crazy. But there is a lot you can do with like gameplay and all that as well. I will say though, I did get a chuckle every time Campbell spoke because that's Grandpa Max's voice actor.
Yes, sir. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah.
It sucks though. You won't be able to hear Mei Ling. You probably heard it already though.
I heard Mei Ling. Yeah,
Mei Ling's cool. Mei Ling's goated. Naomi can fuck
Yeah, she's
off.
pretty cool.
Mei Ling should have stayed.
The good thing about the book, which is why I always want to read novel adaptations for stuff, is we do get stuff that's not on display for the game.
Like inner thoughts and stuff like that.
Yeah, like inner monologues
Yeah.
and even other characters like Dr. Naomi. The first time you encounter Gray Fox, it cuts it to her. And like there's a moment with her and she's like, wait a minute, is this who I think it is?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, that's going to like allude later down into who actually Gray Fox is and stuff.
Which is crazy because like you don't know shit, and then all of a sudden you get a codex call from Naomi, and she's like, "Yo, Snake, that's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare to die slowly."
I also didn't know this, but there's 2 endings to MGS1
Yeah, you leave with Otacon, or you leave with the other one
with Mary.
Merle.
With Meryl, yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's the canon ending when you leave with Meryl.
Because she comes back later.
Yeah,
I
she
think
fucking
in
she
4?
comes back in 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
as leader of Rat Patrol Team 1. Hey, what's Rat Patrol 1? What's never mind.
It was funny though. I would glance at some of the comments on Pat's VODs, and then when it gets to the end with Snake and Meryl, and then I just saw in all caps someone says, "You guys have only met each other for 5 minutes." It's like, yeah, but it's like a movie, man. Come on.
They were both shot. He looked at her ass.
Yeah.
He recognized her by her ass.
Mm-hmm.
She already knows him. He's legend.
Yeah, there was a moment it's like, wait, what was Meryl wearing? And Ottocon's like, oh, she's wearing one of the terrorist outfits. But the way she shakes her hips is how you know it's her. So you were really looking, huh?
I like how there's a flashback of it too. It's funny.
Yeah.
And like the little sound effect it makes when she's walking. It's like
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to more Metal Gear.
I'm telling you, shoot.
Can't wait for Delta to come out.
Yeah, by the gameplay we saw, it looks so good, and I'm glad we got the monkeys back. Granted, I've only ever played it on the Metal Gear Solid 3 game, but still, those monkeys can monkey.
I guess kind of circling back to Devil May Cry, not really so much about it, but recently there was a game that I saw that was released on the 6th of May. And this game was basically a project that was originally set to release, I think, in 2010. It was a game called Captain Blood. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, because they dropped a trailer for it. but it just has that good old like. I want to say like it's a good successor to like the original God of War saga.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
No,
like,
hack and slash, not beat 'em up.
Thank you, hack and slash. I always have you looking out for me there.
I actually downloaded the demo for this the other day. I haven't played it yet, but I was talking to my coworker about it because he grabbed the demo up and was talking about how like, yeah, it's like a PS2 like God of War homage kind of thing. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm down for that.
It sure is, buddy. It looks so fucking good. It looks absolutely clean.
Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for, and what a lot of people have been waiting for. PS2 inspired games. Like we're finally getting into this era. Hell yes.
Remember when we talked about the consoles have the power, so it'd be fucking great just to like kick it back in graphics, just to play the shit clean. That's so good.
I honestly think the thing that sold me on this is just all of the parts where I see him opening chests and all the QuickTime events. I was like, oh, bruh, like,
those were the
take
blades
me
of
back,
chaos.
bro.
You can't tell me they weren't.
The way he rips off somebody's head and stuff like that, it's so good.
Coins fell out like Sonic rings. It's fucking funny.
Do you guys know that guy's account like on Instagram? Like we'll share him every now and then in the chat. Of like, this is how you play Ape Escape on the modern era. First, we install like this 4K texture pack, and then we do this, and that. And shows like the before and after.
Yeah, so he'll do like HD upscaling and stuff like that, so you can play games at like 60 FPS and whatnot.
That's what this game looks like, and that's a compliment. But yeah, that's cool, man. I saw some QTE action in there, and definitely that PS2 era hack and slash. God of War, Devil May Cry. I guess Ninja Gaiden as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, not so much the style, but yeah, it is a hack and slash.
Speaking of Ninja Gaiden, I saw somebody modded Ninja Gaiden. What was it? Sigma, the second one.
Yeah, a Ninja Gaiden Black Sigma, I think.
Yeah, in the remakes, they modded Ryu so that he was Guts with like the full Berserk armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some other mods for that game.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Rachel, my beloved.
Rachel,
you too, Ayane. Momoji.
Ayane, yeah.
Momoji's new, and fucking God bless her. What the fuck is that?
It's an ad, brother, and it doesn't go away.
Well, yeah, because you have to click on it, dude.
No.
Do it.
That's High School DD, by the way.
That is?
You don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's like season 3.
It's a new boomtastic game, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, the thumbnail is... God, this front page is crazy.
Yeah, dude.
This is what brain rot looks like, dude.
All right, well, we got Shane Gillis in a weird Oblivion video. Metal War Greymon.
That's the second time I've seen Shane Gillis in an Oblivion video.
The Shaggy meme video. What does it say? Alcoholic family desk restoration. The Elden Ring boss reveal, and then the High School DD ad. It's perfect.
This is great.
This is peak YouTube.
Yeah, it's for you, dude. Fuck yeah,
YouTube.
totally. Ice cream, fuck yeah. Evo, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Evo's on right now. I have it on right now.
Yeah, Evo Japan, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Salvatore Ganacci, I think is how you say it. He's over there.
Like the DJing right now, or he's just like actually just participating?
No, he was just hanging out. He was like some commentary stuff like before matches started. He was hanging out with Justin Wong. And they were talking about Max, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Maximilian, dude. Yeah, he's number 1."
Fuck yeah. Wait, is that the guy with the mask?
No, it's the weird DJ guy that looks like Max in the tracksuit. Yeah, he commented on one of Max's videos. I think it was for his playable version in City of the Wolves. And he goes, "Max, what's your tracksuit size? I have a gift for you." And it's like, let's fucking go, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yo, that'd be so hot.
I still need to watch it, but I'm sure it's a very good video. It's Max talking about the 180 flip of Salvatore, where he got announced. Everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't want him in this game. You know, SNK is washed to, dude, this is the best new character in the series or whatever. Like, he's such a fun character and stuff. It's like, wow.
His kit is wild, dude. Him and, what is it, Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Dude, their kits are so wild, dude. It's like, they were immediately going to be like at least A or S tier when it comes to the character list.
Yeah, one of the recent big tournaments I saw for the game, the winner was using Ronaldo. And it's just funny just seeing him spawn a soccer ball and then you just get, ulted. So crazy.
I don't know how much you've been paying close attention to like the fighting scene for City of Wolves, Danny, but the last time we were doing a recording, I don't know if you remember, we were looking at a video of Maximilian and he was doing like the cheese, right? Trying to like get to. Okay, so people took that and they really, really ran with it. Like anybody that was like a Street Fighter 6 professional, right? Like they all pretty much learned how to do that and then just started doing it in like real time PvP matches. And so people are just getting teched every time they throw the perfect block or whatever it is. And
just block.
The just block. Thank you. It's just so creme, dude. People are just like really, really just like taking the game as their own and be like, oh, I'm familiar with this part, and just start running up on you and grabbing your shit and just start fucking you up. I really want to see like, I guess how they really like try to do a lot of character balancing between all these characters, all the new characters that they're gonna release, and then like overall just game balancing too. I hope they don't ruin. I'm gonna say ruin like season 2 is right now for Tekken, but I don't think that they could ruin it the way that they've kind of ruined Tekken right now, because City of Wolves isn't really that complex when it comes to all of that. At least that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I saw Harada before Evo Japan started. He made some tweets about like some of the feedback they've been getting, and like they're gonna try to work on it as soon as they can.
We'll see.
If you want to get back into Tekken, the safe bet's probably just to wait until the next character drops for the big major
updates.
patch.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Evo Japan, maybe we'll get a teaser trailer for the next character.
Who do you think the next character would be?
It's tough, man. I don't know. It's gonna be a returning character.
Marduk.
God,
Yeah,
no.
buddy. Bring back one of the most broken characters.
I don't want Marduk.
Everyone hated him in 7. We don't need him back in 8.
Marduk, Kunimitsu. Kunimitsu's in there already? No, she's not.
No.
OG characters. OG characters.
I believe the next character is Blue. I know a lot of people want Brian to come back.
Brian Fury?
Not Brian Fury, it's the Muay Thai guy, Brian.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Fucking. No, that's his name's not Brian, is it?
Or sorry, not Brian, Bruce.
Bruce. Yes.
Bruce.
Yes. There you go, Bruce. Wang Liu. I mean, what his name is? Wang.
Oh,
Okay.
Wong, yeah.
Yeah, Xiao
He'd
Yu's
be cool.
mentor. Armor King. But who's Dark Blue?
Yeah, that's the thing. Who's Dark Blue? I mean, like, Lei Wulong, his, like, original outfit is dark blue. Kunimitsu, you can say, is, like, a dark blue.
Yeah.
Master Raven, if they want to bring in a clone of Raven, I guess.
I did see there's some leaks already for Lucy in Guilty Gear, so I wonder if we're going to get her trailer.
Ooh, I hope so. I totally forgot that she was going to be a guest character.
So I've been checking out some games in my backlog, and one of them is called Going Under. Now, I found this because I was watching Iron Pineapple on YouTube.
Nice.
I mean, just technically, like, it's barely there, but you could have a little bit of Souls-like in it. It's a dungeon crawler, I would say roguelike, because you have to go in and you pick up all the weapons, which is just a bunch of stuff laying around. The catcher for this thing is the aesthetic, and the best way I can explain it is it looks like those fake corporate art styles that they would use for, like, Facebook and Albertsons commercials, like those kind of characters.
Yeah, just like some generic graphic design type look. I like it. It looks pretty cool.
It's a fine little game. You just go in, you go down all the floors, you fight the boss, and then, you know, the NPCs you talk to, like, they'll give you objectives to play and all that. So it's fun. I just haven't played enough of it yet. I'm still stuck on the first zone, if you will. The amount of times...
Oh, you're right.
This is staying in. The amount of times I will, like, look at games on sale and be like, oh, this game looks cool, and then, you know, it tells you who plays it. 12 out of 10 times Akil has played that game.
12 out of 10? What?
I swear, it's literally almost every single time.
Every time a new game comes out.
Well, no, like, I'll like, oh, this game's on sale. This looks pretty cool. Like a little indie game. Boom, he's played it. It's like, of course. So he just typed in our Discord, if you're a little peek outside the production window here, that he did play it, and it is hard, and I will agree, it is kind of hard, because you can carry 3 weapons, and you can cycle through them, except like the real heavy weapons because you can't like you're dragging them, you're not really holding them. So you want to use those first. The difficult aspect is they do break, and there's no way to really keep their integrity or like repair them at all. So that kind of sucks when like it's like I'm on a good little run. I got a bunch of good weapons, and then they're all gonna break because you're in a like the room before the boss where the enemies have like shields and health and stuff, and it's a little frustrating. But I mean, it's fun. It's fun to just dive in real quick and see what's going on. I did get a little chuckle because I got to the point where I met the owner of the company you're working for, and I looked. I was like, wait a minute, is this a caricature? And sure enough, it was. Of the, I forget the guy's name, where he's like, yeah, I love my Lamborghini, but you know what I love more than my Lamborghini?
Ty, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, that guy. Like they used him in this game. I thought that was funny. It's like very appropriate because she's in like, it's like a hipster, cool new wave, like social media company kind of thing, or like they sell beverages or whatever. So it's very much a lot of like that kind of dialogue and stuff, and it's fun.
I might need like a refresher. I've just been stuck on Monster Hunter, and I went back to Helldivers.
Dude, you see the trailer?
The trailer's fucking badass. We Nazis? I mean,
no, you're soldiers.
We're soldiers. No, we're what are they called? Kriegs? Whatever. Yeah, we're soldiers. We're still soldiers. It's cool. Pointed hats, new marksman rifle. You know those fucking fireworks you get where you light it and it just spins and whistles? That, but a grenade.
It's so good.
Yeah, I've just been grinding. Well, not really grinding. I've just been playing level 10s, helping people out. I'm not raging.
I'm surprised that we're getting 2 melee weapons.
Oh, the saber. That's right.
Yeah, we're getting the sword, and then we're getting the flag that we can use as a spear.
Fuck. I didn't know I wanted like to hold a flag until like I saw that shit come out. I'm like,
well, when I saw it on the trailer, the first thing I thought of was, oh, is this going to be like an AoE buff? Like because we have the flag up, it's going to give us like a morale boost or something?
That's what I was hoping. Seems like it's just a melee weapon.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. I wonder primary or secondary, and is it actually going to do good damage?
I don't know. I really have to like mess around with melee because they give you the outfits, which gives you a melee buff, and then like a smorgasbord of melee weapons. And I've seen videos of people like actually surviving with that stuff. I mean, like, yeah, they have a gun, and a heavy, but they also have the hatchet or the fuck. What's the melee weapon that came out that people use a lot? Is it the axe? Is it an axe?
Recently?
I don't fucking remember. Yeah, I don't remember. What are the melee weapons in there? I don't fucking remember.
Well, so I haven't played in a while. I did grab, I think, No, I grabbed it from the shop. There's like a little stun baton for your secondary.
Yeah, stun baton.
So I used that for a little bit, but I mean, I didn't have the melee buff on, so that could be a factor. But yeah, it wasn't really like what I thought it was going to be. And I was also kind of hoping because it's like such a weak weapon that we could just equip that as our new melee instead of just
bashing fools with the butt of the gun.
Yeah. So that way I could save that secondary slot for something else, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's whatever. I've just been I've been messing around with the double sickle, the double-edged sickle. I have the flame retardant gear on. Can I say that? And then I got the shield generator. Illuminates are gone. I was having fun with the Illuminates, but they're gone for now. So I've just been playing bots. Honestly, bugs have become the new bots for me. This Predator strain is no fucking joke, dude. You get these fucking stalkers along with these hunters that are just like, they're on your ass, man. And I can't do anything about it. Like, I legitimately have more fun with bots, especially with the sickle, because I realize, like, how much more satisfying it is just to kill a bot with like a headshot from the sickle, or from any weapon actually. That's not a heavy weapon.
Yeah,
it's great. I put it down too, but I'm still on the trophy run for Survivor. I picked up 2 trophies last night. They're pretty easy. They're just like kill so many people with this ability. I feel like there's some that are boss related. No collectibles. I just have to find this one guy who is filling the aquarium back at the bar. And I'm missing 1 fish before I get that trophy. Yeah, I'm just fucking slowly go. Honestly, I'm just like taking each one by one now. When instead of like collecting everything, I'm just like, all right, what do I have to do with this one? Kill 10 with a point blank shot. Got it. I did that. Precision release. I don't know, man. I feel like I still got a ways to go, but it's gonna pass by quick until I fight this boss. Then I'm gonna be stuck there for a while. Did you guys see the Grand Theft Auto trailer?
I did see some clips for it. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the thick Latino part, huh? I know you did.
Well, I shared the Neil deGrasse Tyson AI thing.
Jiggle physics.
Man, they wrote this too good because it sounds like something he would say.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying they released it to make up for the fact that it's delayed again, or that it's delayed. We all saw it coming. I saw that shit coming a mile away. Like, there's no way it's gonna be done this year.
Of course.
So I wasn't really upset. But the trailer looked really nice. They really touched up a lot of the stuff in the engine. They gave more backstory to the main characters. I mean, they're all the Grand Theft Autos are stories of betrayal, right? Except for 5, and 4, I guess.
Well, 5 was different, right? Because we actually had 3 main characters that you could play.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, okay, so it reminds me of like the story for Grand Theft Auto 3. You being Claude got double crossed by your Hyena. And she shot you and left you for dead. The LCPD came by, took you in. They were gonna send you and this other guy named 8-Ball to prison. Actually, there was a gang war, and while they were being transported. They took out the truck they were in, and from there on, that's where the game starts. Because you're just like, quick run, we gotta beat it before the cops show up, and then you steal a car, you go to a safe house, and then boom, that's where the game starts. I don't know why I said all that. So he got shot by his girl, and then the rest of the game is like sort of a revenge story. Also, like, yeah, sort of a revenge story. You're trying to get revenge on her and her gang. This one seems like somebody's gonna either double cross both of them, or somebody double crossed her and he picked her up. There was a synopsis on this. I fucking forgot where I read it. Easy score goes wrong. They find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy, and forcing themselves to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. Honestly, the trailer, I like the first one better. I don't know. I like it better. I like the whole vibe of it. I like the music choice. It's so good. This one, I guess it more shows off like the graphics and the physics in the game, especially the physics.
We get to hear Bill. Bill is like immediately one of the very first characters that you hear at the beginning of the trailer.
Modelo makes a fucking appearance. That's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, it is in Vice City.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yes, it's in
the
Vice
state's
City.
called Leonida, but Vice City is like the city, I think.
It's basically the county now, instead of just, or like, I guess it's supposed to be a representation of the state, but I thought it was more like the county.
Probably.
Yeah, I can feel the Vice City like aesthetic and stuff in here.
There are different counties in Leonida.
Yeah,
There's-
it's the state.
You got, god damn, this is gonna be big, man. This is gonna be fucking big. I'm keeping expectations. I'm not making them low or high. I'm just like, the game's going to come out. I'll more than likely play it, but we'll see how I react. Like, yeah, I have rose tinted glasses on right now because one, it's GTA and Rockstar. If it's not Kojima I'm glazing, it's Rockstar. I don't know. Something this big can also flop, you know? That's what I mean. Just even though it's like a big game publisher that has a good track record, just looks pretty right now, but
It could play like Cyberpunk.
it
You're
could
right.
play like Cyberpunk. But I heard that it's gonna play more like Red Dead, where like you have your sidearm and then a big gun or the fucking primary weapon.
No, I think Oscar means like the big hype for Cyberpunk and then the burnout from launch.
I see what you mean. Yeah. It might be like that too. It's it's up in the air until we get our hands on it.
I feel like Rockstar will be fine. Like, I don't think it's going to be a big mess like Cyberpunk, mainly because like Cyberpunk had to do a lot of stuff. They couldn't delay anything, so they had to cut a bunch of stuff out and they couldn't finish stuff. So it was just a mess at launch, and it wasn't until much longer that they got it actually working. And now like everything's back in the game. But with this, like they're delaying it a whole nother year or whatever, or it's coming out in a year from now. Yeah, I think they got it.
I'm really curious to see what the state of online is going to be like. I feel like more than anything, like the story, of course, will be cool, but there are just like general nuances to the story that you're going to expect. Betrayal, espionage, whatever the fuck. Like you as like a criminal or doing whatever the fuck, staking your way in Grand Theft Auto as it's always been. I feel like this is probably going to be more of a Nico Bellic type game versus like the makings of like the professional criminal, like a Michael Franklin and Trevor type game. Like it's not really set up as like them creating an enterprise within the state of Leonida. It's just more like, I just got out of prison. I got to get my shit together. Let's get back on top. It's more like, I said Nico, but I would say more like CJ. It's giving me definitely more of a CJ vibe. But yeah, I really want to see what the state of online is going to look like on day one. Like, because I feel like people will probably outright ignore it just to go back online in the state of Leonida. But then I also think to myself, what if they just decide to have you play the main story first up until a certain point? Like if they're just trying something new, or not to say that this would happen, but if they made like a real wild decision and just be like, hey, we're going to wait to release online until like a later date.
That's probably what's going to happen. They're just releasing the main story right now, but then like, I think like how the previous Grand Theft Auto was when online came out. The game first came out and then online was introduced. I think they're just with the delay. I think they're just fleshing out, like polishing it up more. I'm not mad at that. Goodness knows, I don't want to. What do we just Cyberpunk or like early days? I don't want that. More than likely, there's going to be patches to the game.
Oh yeah.
There's always good that they can't they go over with the fine-tooth comb, but it doesn't like fix all of it. Fix most of it, but there's going to be like little things here and there where it's like, oh shit, I just fell through the world.
Yeah, like Red Dead. But I'm usually here for a lot of that kind of stuff. Like I feel like a lot of what makes people more like, I guess, excited for like games, play them and get their hands on them is most of the time just to see how they can break it. I guess as you get older, it's more inquisitive to be like, yeah, like you can play the game the way it's intended, but what if I decided I wanted to play it like this instead and just, kind of go crazy with it?
Yeah.
Like a lot of dedicated players who do a lot of things like really seem to really just try to do that. And I've been kind of interested in watching a lot of those videos. Like, I know it's kind of like a niche thing, but there's this one guy that I follow for Destiny 2 videos. His name is Cami Cakes. And so basically all of his videos are just breakdowns of different builds that you can do, like PvP. Like if you've ever been in any of those parties, me, Akil, and talking about somebody named Tosugeki, like this is that dude. This is that dude who would just like really run up in your lobby and just like wipe out the whole team by himself. And a lot of these videos are just like him like yeah, like the game is obviously like you're gonna play the game as intended when we release all of these kind of patches and all these kind of things. But his whole idea is like, why don't we take an exotic that works like one way, or at least a way that says it's designed to play, and just kind of break it. So a lot of the times, like all you'll ever see is just him doing like all these sorts of crazy ass PvP builds or PvE builds, and the way that he just makes them all work is so fucking funny. Gerry might actually like this one. He did a video on the Briarbines, the exotic for the Void class. So funny. And so basically the way that he uses the build, because Briarbine doesn't just work on your own, like it doesn't just work based off your own abilities. So if another person has Briarbine, they can also proc your Void Soul. And so you can just basically just start like piggybacking off of each other when it comes to kills and just getting Void Souls infinitely. Crazy. As long as you don't die with the Void Soul, somebody else can pick up your Void Soul.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I never use that exotic much. There's only like probably the 4 that I keep in rotation until there's a new build for an exotic. This dude left.
Yeah, dude. Like in the same vein, these are the same people who I feel like are like the dedicated Mario Maker level players. Who will just like send me a level that you beat on Mario Maker,
and I'll beat it.
And but it'll take them fucking hours, dude. And they'll just get like all those perfect jumps and stuff like that on.
The one thing I will say about the GTA 6 trailer, and no hate to GTA,
Yeah.
but it makes me want a remake for like Saints Row 3,
That would go so hard right now.
or at least a new Saints Row game that's not, the last one.
Did it even make the amount of money that the budget was worth?
Who cares, dude?
Well, if you want another one, then probably be good looking at those numbers because
The numbers did bad because it was a free plus game like not long after launch.
Just remaster 3. Honestly, that's all I need.
3 did get remastered.
Oh, let's go.
that's the one where you're president, right?
No, that's 4.
This before. What
No,
do you...
3's with Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he has the DLC, right? The
Johnny, get out of
Get Out
hell.
That's 4.
Oh, that's 4. Really? Yeah.
It's like years after 3, I believe, and yeah, like he becomes president and stuff, and then he gets the superpowers.
I will always remember the moment where this game stood out on its own from Grand Theft Auto is where they brought in the dildo gun.
Oh, and 3, yeah. No, that's a dildo sword, sir.
Didn't they have like a t-shirt cannon that shot dildos? Or was that just an idea I always threw out there?
Maybe that's in 4. I never played 4.
That looks crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy too. So basically the game is essentially...
Can't wait to see Queso play this.
Essentially,
What's the
you're
game
just
called?
a kid on the dead seat. So you're a kid, and you're in your parents' car. Your parents are driving you on vacation somewhere, and you're basically bored. And your whole entire the majority of your gameplay is like a switch between like you looking on your 3DS, and then like comparing all the stuff that happens on your 3DS to what's going on like outside in the background. So like as you're playing on the 3DS, you're doing like WarioWare type S games, like trying to collect gas for your car and then going out and like roaming around like in the game. There are times like where basically you have to stop playing your game and then look out of the window of your car, and you would basically see everything that's playing out in your game happening right there. And it's supposed to be like a horror thriller type game.
What is it? HIO version? And it's free?
Yeah, this game looks pretty cool. I'm down for this kind of multi-graphical aesthetic going on. Right? You got the side-scroll and the 8-bit, and then you got the 3D stuff and all that. It's pretty cool.
I've been on a Queso kick, guys. Fucking, I don't know. I just saw... This is old. I don't know why I'm barely seeing it now, but he streamed the DLC for Elden Ring, so I'm kind of watching that right now. Like I said before, like, you find your people you like to watch, make you laugh. He doesn't have really strong opinions anyway, which I also kind of like. Like at the end of a game, like an indie game, he'll give what he liked about it, and he's not a fan of like finding shit just to unlock the next part of the game. Pretty much a lot of the stuff that I watch or that I like to play, I watch him play. I think that's it though. I don't really see anybody else. Oh, I mean, the Regulation Crew, they play shit sometimes. I guess Night Rain. We talked about Night Rain, right?
There was the new trailer for Night Rain.
Yeah, they're releasing character-specific trailers, so like it gives you kind
Oh
of
no, yeah, I saw that.
exposition on like a lot of their stuff. There was one class. Look, they released the character class trailer. It's like maybe 10 minutes or 11 minutes, and I watched that trailer, and there's only one class they didn't talk about, and I'm wondering
Do you know why?
Why?
I was looking at the pre-orders for this game, and there's an Amazon exclusive pre-order that is $60, and so I looked at why is it $60? What does it come with? It comes with a poster and blah, 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 but it comes with DLC, and the DLC contains new character classes as well as new bosses to fight.
At the end of the overview trailer, they also show that there's an edition that you can get with DLC.
So maybe that's where the missing one is then.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the whole overview, but the one I'm referring to is like the one that has the like the kind of like the brass armor, and he's got Mita's sword.
I actually haven't watched these yet.
Nito's sword? That's real freaking Nito.
I don't know if I'll cop day one because it's a party game. Like we have to play like together.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to. You could play solo too.
Well, I'm just saying like if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to play with you. That's why I'm going to buy it.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I meant too. Yeah. Yeah, that warrior class, I'm probably going to try him the most just because he has a lot of evasion techniques and stuff.
They're very versatile, yeah.
Damn, you get that crossbow from those freaking giant guys.
Yes, sir.
But she's really cool too.
The
The
Duchess is cool.
yeah,
She's got the stealth skill.
Oh yeah, the ult is crazy.
yeah. Alts in a From Software game,
It's crazy.
awesome. Yeah, at first when I read the DLC thing, I was like, "Oh, do I really want DLC for this?" But then thinking about it, probably would get stale after a while of just running the same gauntlet of stuff. So
My bad. When I first watched this, I thought she said seed bearer. Like I thought he had the fucking curse thing with him, but she said seafarer.
Yeah, he's like,
like
a
a
Viking.
pirate,
Yeah.
or a Viking. Yeah.
Is this after the events of Elden Ring?
This is not canon. This is just going to be its own thing.
They're doing the Yakuza thing, Jerry. They're just using pre-existing levels and
Assets.
maps.
Yeah. I want to know what the story with this dude is.
The puppets?
Oh, it's the marionette thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but why is he fucking watering the flowers?
Dude,
That's cool. That's a vibe right there.
See, that's how they're gonna get you hooked in playing this game, because the whole idea of this is you have to be pretty fast paced with it. Because not only is the storm approaching, but it's like, yeah, you have to really get all your stuff equipped before you go fight a boss.
Right.
But then there's all the lore stuff to check out.
Oh yeah.
God, it's like Returnal, dude.
Don't even get me started on Returnal.
In a good way, of course. Yeah.
Man, what a game. I can't wait for I forgot what it was called
The next
already.
game.
Yeah, the next game.
I think it's Solaris.
Yeah, Solaris.
Is that the one with Raul Coley?
Yeah. Saros.
Saros.
It's called
yeah,
Saros.
Saros. Last thing I wanted to talk about, Danny, I don't know if you saw the promotional trailer that Evo released for Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. It's pretty cool, man. Like in the actual series, like they have their own fighting game, right? And then they basically just put Street Fighter 6 over it for the promotional teaser.
They put this anime about horse girls racing. I don't know if it was like a OVA or if they just aired an episode at an actual horse derby, like one of the big fucking racing events. I fucking see, but that's just the fucking gist. I don't know the details. I shared it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I forget who the Dodgers played a while ago, but, you know, they have the HoloLive VTubers, and then another baseball team had, like, I think Nikkei, and it was, like, Nikkei versus HoloLive event at the freaking baseball game. It was something crazy.
I mean, if we're talking about crossovers, man, the greatest crossover I've seen so far is One Piece Lakers, because come the fuck on, like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Did you see that they released, what's the company that makes the basketballs?
Spalding?
Spalding. Yeah. They had a collab with Spalding too for 3 different basketballs. It's like one is the Gum fruit, one is the Mira fruit, and the other is I think just like a standard blue ball that says One Piece on it. All these fucking collabs that are just coming out with One Piece. It's sick, dude.
Kentucky, that's what it's called. This one. Here it is right here.
The
Sorry,
Kentucky
continue.
Derby. I thought they were going to be like more like centaurs or like more anamorphic. You know,
They're just girls.
They're just girls with ears and tails.
Dude, do any of them run a sub 2? Are any of them like as good as the Secretariat?
Are you
Secretary? Like the Chris Rock movie, The Secretariat?
The horse. The
I'm
real
thinking of
horse.
Racing Stripes.
Oh, it's real. My bad. It sounded like a BoJack Horseman name.
Well, I was also thinking Secretariat as the horse mascot in the Late Late Show starring Craig Ferguson.
There you go. That too.
More than likely is probably based off the actual Secretariat.
I don't hate it. I'm just glad it's like in some place like Kentucky.
Okay, the synopsis kind of has me hooked. Famous racehorses that have left behind worthy legacies, unique as they can be, are reincarnated as horse girls in this parallel world. In this life, they start their journey
So it's an
anew
isekai.
as they continue to race and perhaps relive the success they once lived through. Aspiring to become the best racehorse in Japan, a horse girl named Special Week moves to Tokyo and enrolls in the Tracen Academy, an institution that nurtures horse girls like her to become better racers. There, Special Week witnesses the sophisticated running style of Silence Suzuka and inspired to become a racer like her. Shortly after, Special Week finds herself recruited into Silence Suzuka's team, Spica. I could have definitely pronounced that a different way.
You could have butchered the shit out of that.
So back from the tangent, yeah, Evo Japan promoting young girls. What is it?
Young ladies don't play fighting games. It looks so fucking clean, dude. I cannot wait for this show to come out. And I think the best part about this trailer when I watched it, because I watched it a couple times, is that they sync those button presses with whatever they're showing on FF6 real good.
Well, they are playing Street Fighter 2.
No, they're playing some original fighting game.
But you know it's Street Fighter 2. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other fighting game manga. You're right.
From what I've seen so far, they really capture the fucking intensity of these fights in like just a span of a couple seconds. So I'm probably gonna give this a watch.
Oh yeah, early on, that girl with the long hair, the long black hair, she wins one of the matches, and she pops off so hard that it's like, yeah, no, that's real.
Yeah,
awesome.
I actually just got past that part in the manga. Yeah, really looking forward to it. In case you want to check it out, it's called Tai Ari Deshita.
The last thing I wanted to bring up is a game I played recently, and I get it. I get the hype. You know, should have hopped on it a long time ago because it was very cheap. But it came out as one of the monthly plus games. That's right. I'm talking about Game of the Year nominee Balatro.
Oh yeah, I saw you on that earlier. Mobile or PS5 or?
I am playing both on my PS5 and on my phone.
Oh, does it sync?
No.
Two different games. You're a madman, and it's the same game.
Yeah, man, it's pretty fun, dude. It's very simple. You know, everyone says you don't have to learn how to play poker, and that's kind of true, but you're playing poker. Like, the whole point is you're making poker hands, and you're just trying to get your multiplier up so that way you can have a higher score, and you only have like a certain number of hands you could play per match. And if you don't beat, what do they call it, the bid, then you lose, and then your run is over. It's pretty much a rogue. I guess it's a roguelike. Like, there's no permanent upgrades that you can purchase, but you unlock decks, and it's all the same cards, but you get different perks. There's like the blue deck you can unlock first. You get one more extra hand to play, and then there's the yellow deck after that where you start with $10. And after each bid you defeat, you enter the shop, and that's where you can buy all the cards you can get. And there's a bunch of different ones, like the Jokers, of course. There's the tarot cards, which give your you get to pick cards or something else for buffs. There's the planetary cards to where you can level up poker hands, and all of that comes into play. Though, I will say though, like, it's cool that it was a nominee for Game of the Year, but at the end of it, looking at it, I don't think it deserved it per se. Like, it's a fun game, but I don't think it's like mind blowing. Like, the only mind blowing aspect it is like one guy made it. And that is pretty impressive, but when you look at the bare bones of it, it's like, yeah, it's not like super crazy complex or anything, and it's not like really a genre game changing like moment. It just blew up when it came out, and like the memes and everything.
And it helps. I think it helps because I think it's the guy who made it. He fucking dressed up as a Joker.
Yes, he did.
When he accepted the indie game award, debut indie game.
And maybe that's the other aspect too, is that let's get some indie games in the Game of the Year nominees, which is well deserved, right? Long overdue. And I feel like that year is just Balatro just took over the indie scene by storm by name alone.
It really did. Yeah.
I mean, it's fun, honestly, but I could see myself like just like not playing it all the time. Like, I'll just do a couple runs here and there. But it gets pretty tough, man. Like, you have to know what kind of hand you're going to be playing. And then you basically get all your buffs and jokers surrounding like a certain type of hands you can play. But yeah, it's tough. Like, again, some of those bosses, they give you debuffs, and they're just tough a lot of the times. There's one like you can only play one hand, and you have to make sure you have all the right strats before you can play your only hand. Or, you can only play one type of hand, and so you have to be careful with that too. The one that I always lose at, because it's hard, is every card you draw is face down, so you have to guess and pray that you pick the right cards to do it. Now there's cards you can purchase and hold on to for those kind of bosses, but again, it's like you're limited with how many jokers you can have and how many extra cards you can carry on the side.
So when you can buy cards, are they just automatically added to you? Is there like a deck building mechanic to it?
You have your standard 52 card deck, and you can open booster packs and pick cards out of there to add more cards to your deck. And then there's the arcane cards, like the tarot cards, where you can buff those cards already in your deck, so that way they have more multipliers or they have other stat boosts. And then you can carry up to 5 jokers max. And then you could sell them, of course, if you want to get a new one that you think is better and stuff. But that's pretty much it. And then like the planet cards, I mean, you don't have to hold on to those. You could just use them because they only buff like the level of a hand and like how many points you can get for them.
So all those cards are like in addition to the 52. It's not like you swap out things that are in the 52.
No, the 52 stays the same. The only thing you add are normal cards that may have buffs on them. But the tarot cards, they don't get shuffled into the deck. They're on the side. You can use them during the game. Like while you're in the middle of while you're looking at your hand and what you can deal, you can use those tarot cards to change them so that way you can play them better or however you want to do it.
It sounds to me not really as complex as it should be, but just more of like I don't want to use the word deck building, but that's pretty much what it reminds me of. Just essentially just going in there and just adding the cards that work best for whatever combos that you're trying to make. I think the only thing that kind of sounds a little wonky to me is just like, obviously the more cards that you have, it's like the chances of you pulling that card by the time that you need it or whatever the situation is. Is there a limit to how many cards you can hold?
Yeah, so there's 8 cards default. You can get jokers that can increase your hand size if you want. But that's it. But there's also the discard mechanic. You can discard up to 5 cards. But you only have a certain number of times you could do that per round.
It definitely sounds like one of those games that you're just going to have to like put your nose into really quick just to familiarize yourself with all the different kinds of hands that you can make, all of these cards and things like that.
Yeah, the main reason I've played like that long stretch for the first time is because I had a couple really good runs. And when you have a good run, like you're just playing it. And so far I've always stopped at the same boss where all the cards are face down. So I might have to consider thinking of just holding on, hopefully finding that tarot card that like lets you change like the debuff the boss gives you. Like there is a fun aspect to like try to figure out like combos and stuff, but like right now I'm like doing a lot of the same gameplay because like flushes and straights are really good, so I'm always trying to get cards that play into that. And there's cards like, and that's the fun part with Balatro is like, yeah, it's poker, but like the whole point is like you're trying to cheat your way around it. So there's a joker that lets you do straights, but you can skip a card. So you could do ace, queen, 10, 8, 6, and that'll be like the straight, and then it'll still count.
As you're just explaining it to me, like in my mind, like I feel like all of the gears are turning, right? Like the cobwebs are dusting off and my brain is starting to activate. It's funny to me that the roguelike aspect is just the RNG in a normal card game. Like you just having to just deal with the fact that your shit is going to be shuffled all the time, and that's pretty much where the roguelike comes from, with all of these random cards that do, not random cards, but all of these cards that do different things, or these power cards, the tarot cards, and all the stuff that you're talking about. It sounds like definitely like a grind, if anything.
You have to like pick of when you're going to purchase stuff because you don't get a lot of money per round unless you have cards, joker cards that do that for you. Or like even like you can transform your playing cards into gold cards, and if you either hold on to them or you play them, you'll get money based off of that. Not all the cards are cheap. So like I always pick the yellow deck lately to start with $10, so that way I have a chance to at least get something decent for the next few rounds.
It's been on my YouTube feed. I think I've watched Markiplier play a little, but not enough to where I can actually see the full gameplay. But I fucking love poker, so I think I would be pretty based at this game.
Oh, I guess the final thing I could bring up is I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl. That's the lit RPG.
Yeah.
You finished just that book, or like more of the series?
Just book 1. I'm taking a break on it because there's other books I want to read. Like, I'm definitely going to read Death Stranding before 2 comes out. So that's my priority right now. Yeah, the first book was fine. My friends found it hilarious. I just feel like it's millennial Reddit humor. Like, it feels like something that would be in Hitchhikers in a more modern context. I'm like, yeah, it's almost like cringy humor that I'm like, I had like 1 or 2 chuckles and like that was kind of really it. But yeah, of course, you know, as a book series goes, like towards the end of the first book, a lot of stuff was getting hinted at and like foreshadowed to where like, oh yeah, it's going to be way bigger and crazier in the future books involving like some of these other companies. And like we got a look at like 2 separate antagonists that Carl's going to have to deal with later down the line. Yeah, I feel like a isekai fan. You know, it's definitely like up there with isekais. Yeah, I hear book 2 gets pretty crazy because as they go down each floor in the dungeon, it exponentially gets crazier.
One of the antagonists is just his ex-girlfriend wanting her cat back.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I was expecting a reveal of whether she was going to be alive or not in the series, but nothing yet. So the biggest aspect, of course, is Carl's morality in the book. Like, he's like, I'm just doing this to survive, and I hate these aliens, but they will not break me. Like, I'm going to stay sane in this world. Because they get updates of how many people survive almost daily, or like whenever announcements happen. I think there are almost under 1 million people left on the planet. There's a lot of teasing of like the other badass. It's that trope where there's a lot of badass people going around, like they have all the good stuff, and then Carl's just in his boxers with hearts on it and is barefoot wearing a cape with a talking cat.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, so I'll hop back on that series eventually.
How many pages was it?
I believe it was like 400 something.
That's not bad. Well, I don't know. It depends how big the text is, I guess.
Was it paperback you were reading, or was it on your Kindle?
Kindle. I'm mostly using my Kindle these days.
I've been thinking about getting one like that. Well, actually, I've been thinking about getting like a tablet laptop combo.
Oh, you mean a Surface? They're called Surface Pros.
Surface Pros, yeah. I'm thinking about getting something like that just because, like, I don't know. I really got to get started on this writing. Actually put my fucking foot down and actually put my nose to the keyboard. And I can't type with the tablet. I need I need keys. Maybe I'll get one later, and then I can actually put a dent in this fucking work. I'm just moving slowly, but...
Lots of tablet cases will have some sort of, like, keyboard combo that you can just kind of flip out and stuff like that.
Yeah, something like that, too.
Nah, just get a Bluetooth tablet.
Those are cool too. Those are pretty, like, there's like mini keyboards and stuff like that. My whole thing is like I don't even know, like a 7th generation iPad, or I don't know. It's an old one, so it's like a pretty big one. And luckily, I can still like fit it in my little duffel and stuff like that when I go out places, like just in case if I want to read it. But I would definitely want to upgrade my tablet to something a little smaller. Your Kindle is nice, Danny, because I feel like it's big, but it's big for something in one hand. If I wanted to, like, I could put it in my pocket or like my back pocket, and it wouldn't be the end of the world, you know, like it would be all right, you know. So like something like around, like, yeah, I would say like the size of like a newer generation Kindle or something would be nice. But if you're gonna be using it for just about everything, then probably one of those like the new iPads and stuff like that, because they're like, I don't know, like maybe 12, 13 inches, like they're not that big.
Yeah, no, the Kindle's like the perfect size. It fits in almost all my back pockets. It's smaller than the Blu-ray cases.
I guess last thing I'll mention of is this week I was bored, and I just happened to have finally decided to watch Solo Leveling. I remember I had read the manhwa back when it was announced as a webtoon, and I had gotten pretty far. That was like basically like my first interaction with the entire series. Yeah, man, like I remember all of the good things about Solo Leveling, like story-wise, and how it kind of goes down that same route as a lot of other like overpowered manhwas, where you have your main protagonist, and just at some point in the very beginning they just go through some ridiculous like secret impossible trial or whatever that just ends up making them OP. I really just wanted to give it a go, just because like as I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember all of these scenes in the manhwa, and they did a really good job with the animation, so I will give them that. I ended up watching both season 1 and season 2 in like a matter of a day. If I remember correctly, Solo Leveling is a light novel. It started as a light novel, and it was like around, I think, 200 or 270 chapters in total.
Yes.
From what I understood and where I stopped reading the webtoon was probably like around like 150 chapters or so. Like I think I was just right at the cusp of what was going to be the end of the webtoon, but then I just kind of fell off of that for a while. So when I kind of like when I was watching the show, they pretty much got through like a good chunk of what I had read. Like I think that I'm probably ahead by like 3 arcs, and then I'll immediately like be caught up to where I was reading on webtoons. So it's really good. I would say it's definitely worth a watch. One of the things that I liked about it, or at least that I noticed about it, Gerry mentioned a while back, like when it comes to like animes that he wants to watch, he likes very fluid scenes, like scenes.
I realized the word fight choreography.
Yeah, fight choreography. Thank you. So there are definitely lots of basically episodes where there's good choreography between fighting. Like it's not just like stills and flashes. Or I think the only episode you probably won't like is the last episode for the second season, because he's fighting like a really overpowered like enemy, and in that fight you don't see stills, but you see like just, you know, the instant transmission bullshit and just everybody speeding around and doing stuff like that. So
Is it when he fights the red ogre?
no, it's where he's fighting the ant. Yeah, so that's pretty much where they'll leave off for season 2, which is pretty pivotal because, like I said, they're already close to where I was by the time that I stopped reading the webtoon, I should say. And so, like beyond that, I remember there's just like probably 1 or 2 bigger calamities, and then like it's showtime, baby. Like shit hits the fan, and everybody's ready for action. And then this guy comes out the woodworks, like just ready to rip shit. So I am looking forward to seeing all of that animated too. That'll be really cool. I'm just trying to catch up and finish the webtoon. The webtoon has like 3 seasons, and so the animation stops like pretty much at the end of season 1.
Nice. Yeah, my roommate was binging it a while ago, and I would just like watch like some episodes with him here and there, and yeah, really good animation. Everything looks pretty solid. It's an interesting kind of, I want to say isekai, but like yeah, like everything's just normal, and then like you like live in a city, like you can live in LA, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go to this portal and enter Final Fantasy now.
It's more like they're dungeons.
Or like dungeons, yeah.
Yeah, they don't open like willingly. They open just like haphazardly. The whole point is that in the show they have created an association of hunters specifically so that if a gate opens, they have to send somebody to the gate and go into the gate and basically defeat the boss so that the gate can close. It's in that aspect, it's like a whole video game thing. I will say 2 things about, I guess, the series as a whole that I don't like. It's so cliche to use like the video game system in the show. Like as a protagonist, like he is assisted by the universe because the universe just decides that they're going to treat his life quite literally like a video game. Like he's just like the MC for, you know, like some random ass RPG, right? Going through his daily quests and doing just random shit like, oh, I got to do 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, like I got to run 10K every day, all this other stuff, right? And in that vein, it's like this should just be like common sense. This should just be shit that you should do any day, every day anyway, if you were wanting to get stronger, to get better, right? But the way that the main character talks about pretty much like the premise of the universe in his show is just like, from the moment you're born, you're like already given a set amount of power, and no matter what, nothing is going to change that. Okay, that's fair, but then tell me why after his life changes, everyone else who technically should be excluded from that also gets power-ups. So they also do the same thing. They also train, and they also like get stronger and do shit. So to me, I was just like, that's a moot fucking point. The system made you do all of that shit because in the span of, I don't know, like a week or a month, you doing 100 sit-ups is going to turn you into Saitama, which is great, I guess. But at the same time, it's like he becomes such an emotionally stunted character. Like he goes from a very well-rounded, emotional, centered character, like a really like a well down-to-earth type character. You know what I mean? Like when you're weak and you struggle and your whole life is struggling, like you're living life to the fullest is a way for me to see it. And like, and I guess like the most layman of layman terms. But the moment like he gets all of these powers and he starts doing all of this stuff, his emotion just goes right out the fucking window. And now it's like every time I watch an episode, it's like looking at a fucking Cloud Strife or a Squall Lionheart, just some Mr. Cool guy. He's just like, at that point, like things get boring for me. I don't know if that resonates well with you. Like, I know that a lot of strong characters need to have like a cool fucking attitude, but I just feel like if you were to compare, let's say, this guy to Ichigo, at least Ichigo still has some fucking emotion.
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
It's a thing, I guess, man. And I know that Solo Leveling is not the only series where we can take that as a prime example, but I just kind of wish that his development, not as like a person who gets stronger, like as a hunter, but as a like literally as a human, would have gone in a certain direction. But instead, it's just kind of like he's just like kind of like putting himself in a shell.
He's a standoffish, edgy, moody.
Very cringe.
I will agree. I'm very tired of the modern isekai trend where everything's like an RPG. Yeah, I mean, there's some that do it right. Like, you know, like we talked about Shield Hero a while ago, and I like that show. But it does, like, our main character is going a very different route than most, like, isekai main characters, and that's the cool part about it.
Yeah, if we're, like, comparing apples to oranges, I guess, what I really like about Shield Hero is being isekai'd into that reality. He takes the reality literally, right? We're not just talking about things between fantasy and things like at times going through that show, like reading the I guess the manga would be a little different, but like just watching that show, there aren't a lot of times that he really compares his old life to his new life. It's just like, this is the world I'm in now, and this is how things work in this world. So he's like just learning to adapt whatever kind of magic he's got, whatever skills he's got, whatever skills that other people's got. Like, he's, to me, like, that MC in Shield Hero, he's the type of person that doesn't end up getting like these godlike like abilities. He's the kind of character that has to like pretty much depend on all of the other people that he meets and kind of use their skills with his own skill, right? He's at times he's kind of like a defender, a buffer, and then at other points like he's the attacker, right? Because he's got like this whole skill where he's, if I remember correctly, he's got like a curse skill where like, or I guess all of them do. I don't really want to get too much into this.
Yeah, that plays in later for like a different aspect of the Shield Hero and why the Shield Hero is the weakest and he's shunned and stuff.
There's, dude, yeah, just talking about Shield Hero is like each of those series and arcs, like those were really cool. Like we're talking about people who are like trying to conspire against him. Like they literally formed a whole religion just to kill this guy off. And
yeah,
like, dude, that show is amazing, man. Like all of the ideas that they have for that series is so gold. And honestly, a lot of other series would have like their best interest to take notes from what they're doing in that series. I would definitely recommend watching it or reading it if you ever get into wanting to get something new, Gerry.
I know we're running along here, but since you brought up Webtoons, you reminded me of this announcement you shared. Webtoon, the app, they decided they're going to be re-releasing in full color Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not a fan of that idea for a few reasons. One, like, okay, cool, it's in all color. That's going to be great. But the part I'm not a fan of is they're going to be reformatting it for the Webtoon scrolling. And that's going to suck, I feel like, because it's a manga. And they know the ratio that they have to make for the magazines and the tankobons. So by them pulling the panels apart and trying to position it perfectly so that way it looks fine, scrolling vertically, it's going to be a big gap between hit and miss. I did see them try this before with a manhwa called Island. It's part of the superstring theory that I've read, and really good manga or good manhwa. And then they were doing a sequel for it in the Webtoon format, and to help promote it, they re-released the first version or the first part, but they reformatted it. And yeah, like, it's just a lot of just white backgrounds, panels here and there. It's not flattering to the series.
I mean, I think I understand the idea behind it. It's like, with manhwa, we have a lot of emphasis on, like, I feel like the fighting, right? Especially like for like God of High School, Tower of God, things like that. They give good examples of, like, through vertical scrolling, you can get somewhat of a decent, fighting choreography of what, you should expect to happen within a fight if it were to ever get animated or something like that. But still, I feel like those can also be translated well into probably, like, I wouldn't say that, like, a mangaka would need to do, like, a full page panel to get that same idea. But, like, if we take, like, a normal, I want to say, template for, like, a manga panel, right? Like, if we're doing 1, 2, 3 on the top and then just doing the big page break in the middle and then doing the 2 on the bottom, right? And we're still reading right to left. It's very legible. Like, it's clear, right? I understand the idea behind wanting to do this because I feel like it'll just make certain scenes pop. I agree with you as well. Like, the entire series as a whole, we would definitely be missing out on some things that, that at one point or another that, they had wanted us to put some detail into what was going on in the background for this stage, or like whether or not, like, we can catch some foreshadowing happening aside from just the initial conversation, or what we can see happening from these two characters doing whatever, whether they're fighting or talking or whatever. A lot of that had gone on, like, in Brotherhood. I feel like that was kind of a big deal, right? We're always getting the perspective of other people, sometimes within the same episode, and then other times it's just kind of like a string of all of these people, like, in the same experience, so you get their different perspectives at once, right? Like, if we're talking about, like, the scene where they're in the sewers and like, Alphonse has that one girl inside of him before getting confronted by wrath and greed. So, like, something like that is just, like, that would be probably cool to see, like, when you animate it, like, for Wrath to come in and, do his fucking thing, or him just fighting greed, if we're going to get the version with him and Lin Fong, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, so it's out now on the Webtoon app. As of this recording, the first 7 chapters are up. And, of course, they're doing the Fast Pass thing. And it's being released weekly, so that's going to be running for a few years. This just looks funny. I'm going to send it in the chat right now. It's what I thought they were doing. They're just grabbing the separate panels and kind of, like, positioning them in a way. The way the Webtoons works is it's not like one giant PNG file. They do break it up into sections, and they have to do loading for them. But just the huge gap between these two panels is just so funny. Like, it's just Edward sitting in the church in chapter 1, and the gap between his head and the rest of his body is just so big. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's so off kilter. It bothers me so much.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the other thing too is, like, people really wanted, like, a full color FMA.
All this speaks to me is they want to dive more into the manga world. Webtoons, and this just feels like an easy cash grab because it's Full Metal Alchemist, and Full Metal Alchemist is, one of the best mangas ever.
I want to say the series is kind of like, it kind of reminds me of Star Wars, and when I say that, it feels like you can kind of, like, collaborate with just about anything. Like, Full Metal Alchemist collaborates with fucking McDonald's to bring back toys, like Star Wars would do it, and it's just like, it just works because it was such a popular franchise.
Well, that's Japan for you, though.
Yeah, but in that same vein, to me, it's just like, it's the idea of just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. That's just kind of like the idea I get when I think about, like, because, they do collaborations with mobile games, and it's not just like with any one particular mobile game. It'll be like any fucking gacha that wants to try it.
Well, but that's different, though. That's a company approaching, the magazine company that Full Metal ran and said, hey, we want to use this character as a guest for a promotional thing. It's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. But here it's like, hey, we want to just republish your work in a format that's probably not good for it. And they said, oh, sure.
But that's where I kind of relay the idea of you just, not you, but, like, again, them just throwing shit at the wall and for them sticking with. When they hear an idea, whether if it's something that they feel like would I guess, be good for the brand or not. It's just like, I guess we can do it because, to me, in my opinion, it just feels like it's along the lines of, it's such a good series. It's like, even if it does end up turning into like a bad collaboration or something, it hardly affects the series in and of itself because it's so popular. Like, not people wouldn't really care if, I guess, the webtoon did terribly or not, because people can still go back to the manga. Versus, like, when we first talked about this off record, and I guess the fear that you and I had was just like, this could be a precedent for worse things to happen, right? The idea that, oh, they did it, so we can also do it with fucking Yu Yu Hakusho if we wanted to, or fucking Hunter x Hunter if we wanted to just make a vertical version of Hunter x Hunter, right? Not to say that these two things in particular would ever actually want to do those things, but just again, just throwing shit at the wall and just saying, hey, they did it, so we can do it too.
Yeah, I know the manga industry out there is trying to get more in touch with the online stuff. So, like, we're getting a lot of the manga apps, you know, so we can read manga out here in the West more easily, and that's pretty cool. I don't remember if I brought it up on the show when we came back, but there was some, like, old, obscure rom-com that was getting a re-release, or a remake, I should say, and they were remaking it using AI. And, of course, you know, everyone's hating on it for the idea of AI, but yeah, the mangaka was very open to the idea. They just want to try something new. And it's like, yeah, I mean, we could re-release the original volumes, but like they're so old and like the quality has gotten down, like we could just improve it using AI. So it's like all full color and stuff. But it was like, you know, early AI. So it was very static and almost like kind of generic in a way of how it looked. Yeah. Hey, thanks for sticking around so long in this episode, guys. We'll definitely be back in a future episode. And if you have any questions or comments, something you want to add to what we've talked about, you can send us an email to unversedpodcast@gmail.com.
Tune in next time when we talk about capitalization.